Welcome to this presentation on Ohada Ladies Experts Summit. I'm lawyer Mandesibel Evelyn, a member of Cameroon Bar Association, consultant. At the origin of Ohada Ladies, I incidentally received an award from the World Bank as a participant to the first edition of the famous Doing Business report, as you can see here. I'm very, very happy to present on this website, which quite a number of you already know since it's 15 years of age. So I'm very happy to present an innovation, Ohada Ladies Experts Summit, a new formula for online acquisition of professional knowledge. Ohada law is rich and has led to a great production of resources made available to better master its surroundings with available access. Thus, when standard face-to-face seminars are organized, some users of Ohada law miss them for various reasons of timetable, costs, and so on. The formula of online expert summits allows to solve this problem by enabling you to be connected from your desk and to have access to this knowledge. A group of experts thus examine the matter from all sides and shed some light on this given topic. For the first edition of this summit was chosen the important topic of leases for business use in the Ohada zone, at the very basis of the company's activities, giving rise to some problems seeming to be insignificant, but nevertheless sometimes seriously jeopardizing the renting scheme. Indeed, many resources, meetings, and seminars deal with a number of important points, for example, related to legal compliance and so on, but they often put aside other points supposed to be minor points, nevertheless able to be serious problems which remain below the radars of leases management with sometimes severe damages. Two examples. After your last seminar, you have been made aware of the rigor to be maintained as to the renewal of fixed-term leases with the corresponding tight handling of contractual provisions. But here you are, in front of a weird problem. What is that problem? In your lease agreement was indeed provided for the registration of the contract by the tenant, and because he did not comply with one of his obligations, you are obliged to go to court. It is then that you have the nasty surprise of discovering that the tenant, in fact, never registered the contract. But as for example in Cameroon, the judge does not examine any contentious matter related to some non-registered documents. Now, here you are, blocked with an important amount of penalties to pay in view of the number of years behind before being able to knock at the judicial door. Why? Just because this terrible scenario was not anticipated. Do you have an idea of how many lessors in Cameroon have to abandon the judicial solution just because of the important amount to pay, in addition to judicial costs and the lawyers' fees? A last example with the real estate management by proxy. which could be labeled as completely basic when carried out on the basis of on a single document, a simple power of attorney, with often standard, not even adapted provisions. No wonder then, if you see some deviations and even abuses from some representatives, evolving with very little framework, which the principles must undergo, with sometimes disastrous consequences, which the proxy's imprisonment cannot even repair. Indeed, real estate management by the lessor himself and by proxy cannot be carried out in the same way. And of course, it is necessary to think about all this upstream with appropriate documents. Many other points, though important sources of problems during rents, are left aside by both lessors and tenants, who are then obliged to use improvised measures or counter-offensives after the problematic situation already occurred. Thus, obviously, with less relevance and a lower responsive capacity than if this could have been anticipated. Ohada Ladies Summit on leases for professional use precisely intends to go beyond the big standard points and examine a number of these forgotten problematic situations, which sometimes turn the renting scheme completely upside down and even end it, whereas this could have been avoided or at least better mastered. It is to address these issues with concrete elements that a summit kit is proposed, including, on the one hand, the presentations of the experts who are going to deal with a set of points related to this lease, on the other hand, online workshops, and there is the very precious handbook for this lease management, which will be presented separately. All this for a more secured management of the leases. We hope that many of you will take advantage of these resources. Here we are with the main points on this new formula of Ohada Legis and its first edition. Additional information is available by clicking the link concerned on this page. I wish to thank you very much for your attention, and I expect you during the summit. Thank you again for your attention.